If you want to see me swatch the Urban Decay Elements palette, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène with another video, and this time it is another swatch party. I have been waiting to swatch this palette, and I think I was waiting to swatch this palette because I had to get over the whole round palette thing, which is why I keep it in the box. And I have to say, I will continue to keep it in the box. But every time I look at this round palette, I want to depot it. I just do. You know what? It is beautiful. I'm not going to say it's not beautiful. I just don't think that it is very... It's like a round peg in a square hole, or a square peg in a round hole, whichever way you want to say it. It just doesn't aesthetically fit in my collection. That's the problem. But the shadows in it are very interesting. And when I've talked about the Elements palette, I've talked about it being a regret, and I'm hoping that that is going to change when I play with these eyeshadows. And I've also said that it was my consolation prize for not getting the Born to Run before my no-buy, because the Born to Run never would have gone half price before the end of my no-buy, and usually Urban Decay, I need it to be 40% off or more in order to pull the trigger, because I have quite a bit of Urban Decay, and any palette that comes out has some duplication with things that I already have from the brand, in my opinion. Now, a lot of these shadows are very different, though, from what I have, for the most part, I think. But swatching them is going to really help me understand what is in this palette, because, as many of us know, when you swatch, it can be a very different experience from what you anticipated based on the color in the pan. So we have 19, I believe, colors in here, and I would like to just swatch them all and see what happens. And I think I'm going to go from Sapphire Dream clockwise and go all the way around, and then go again clockwise, starting with this one, again all the way around, and finish with what looks like a highlighter shade. Now, it could be a transformer shade, I'm not sure, and I really haven't looked at other videos showing the element with a discussion on the shadows. I've seen some application, but not discussion on the shadows, because I really want to make my own opinion and offer that to you fresh without being influenced by a ton of people. The one thing I can say, though, that I'm aware of is that a number of YouTubers that I know and appreciate their thoughts, their opinions, have said they really like the Elements palette. So that is, it was definitely a draw for me to go and get it once it went for half off as a holiday palette. Now, if you've never seen this palette before, it does have a very big mirror, so I thought I would mention that. And one thing that I have heard is that it doesn't have very many mattes, and by what I can see, it has 3. Yeah, it looks like it has 3 mattes. I'm not put off by that. I have a full matte palette that I'm trying to pan this year, which is the Smashbox Matte Exposure. I don't have a lack of mattes. So if anything, to play with this palette and know that I'm going to complement with an all matte palette sounds good to me. So let's get started. Like I said, we're going to go Sapphire Dream, and we're going to go this way. So for me, it is clockwise, the way I showed it. I am going to be swatching on this arm, and we will get as far as is possible on the one arm. I'm probably going to end up doing 2 sets of swatches, but we'll see where it takes us and go from there. Just one comment that I should make: you may have or may not have noticed that there are 3 different sizes of pans. So the outside edge they are smaller pans than the usual round pan. This is the only one that's the usual size of a round pan, and I was really surprised by that, because I intended to get this palette and depot it right away. And the sizes of the shadows, I'm reluctant to do it. Plus, this is really tough packaging to depot, in my opinion, without possibly wrecking a lot of stuff. So I haven't seen too many plastic packagings where there isn't some repressing that is required, that kind of thing. If you want to see me depot cardboard packaging, you may want to take a look at the Morphe 39A that I depotted not that long ago. All right, enough rambling. Let's get into it. Again, Sapphire Dream first. So I'm going to do Sapphire Dream, Electric Air, Antidote, and Secret Keeper. Here are the first four. The shimmers are very gritty, and the one matte so far is quite buttery. Let's see what it looks like. Let's start over here. So I'm actually starting backwards. Sorry about that. I thought I was going to start with the blue, but the blue is on my pinky. I'll fix it for the next one. Whew! This one feels so neat. That is one heck of a blue. And the matte doesn't show too badly for it being a matte. So let me just redo the matte though. And I think the green looked fine too. It's a little bit translucent in a way. It's not super opaque, but man, I like lime green, so it has won me over already. And this one has, it's like a silvery pink. I think I'm going to redo the matte and the silvery pink. The silvery pink, by the way, is called Electric Air, and the blue was Sapphire Dream, and the green was Secret Keeper. I'm just going to redo the matte. Yeah, it's really buttery. And then Electric Air. Oh, look at that. You know what? That makes me want to redo the green too. Let's do that. Secret Keeper. Okay, I'm really liking all of these. The blue was the one that just, the intensity was there right off the hop. As I wipe my fingers off here, I'm getting a sense of why people are liking it, even just from the first four shadows. There's something about the formula in this one. I don't know if it's different. Like I said, I haven't been watching other videos. There's just something about the formula that I'm really liking. One thing though that you'll note is if you take a look at the matte already from the swatching, it's very loose and crumbly, but that's not unusual for a matte. They often do that. So we're going to go for the next four, and I'm going to get them in order this time. So these four, some nice earthy, deeper tones. And we have the next one is a green again. It's Earthbound. Elemental is another matte. Volcanic is kind of a bronze, and then Lioness is the purple. Lioness for a burgundy purple, huh? Okie dokie. Let's see what happens. Here are the swatches, and I will have them this time in order. Earthbound, Elemental, which is a matte, and the last two, Volcanic, and Elemental. I think the only one that might require a second go is that matte Elemental. Yeah, very often you just need to go in a second time for mattes. So far, a lot of really good selections. The colors are really beautiful, very intense. This one is just fantastic. It looks like the whole outside I'll be able to finish on this one arm. And we're going to do the last group, which are these four. And so we have Firestarter, Dreamweaver, I like the name, Ego, and Heavy Water. Okay, let's give this a go. Here are the swatches. So we have Firestarter as the first one. Dreamweaver. This one was very messy in the pan. This one is Ego. And Heavy Water. Had some left of Dreamweaver on the finger there, so I thought I'd try it again. And Firestarter is somewhat shimmery, but I think it would work well as a matte. I don't have a problem with the idea of using it as a matte. And there's a lot of, where is it? A lot of color. It has a lot of rust in it, and it has a very interesting look to that color. I think this would work for folks who want more vibrant colors or more earthy colors. It would work either way. And this one makes me think of Psychedelic Sister, but a pinkier version of it. There's definitely purple in it, but a pinkier version of it. And then this one is, I could see this one very nicely on the inner lid for me, despite the fact that I don't usually wear a whole lot of blues. And most of the color transferred off of my fingers. Here's the thing though, can you see how chunky Dreamweaver is? It's just weird. It's a weird matte. I'm going to say I think it's going to be Fallout hell, Dreamweaver. I mean, there's always Fallout for me on mattes, but Dreamweaver I think is going to be a problem child. But here's everything from the outside ring. And I have to say, I can't say that I like one end more than the other. They're just all very different. Yeah, I like all of them. Just Dreamweaver I'm not sure about, but I like everything else. You can see, let's take a look at the Dreamweaver pan. It's just a mess already. Weird. Okay, so we have 7 shadows left, and we're going to go again clockwise. We're going to start from, Dreamweaver even got all over the pan, all over the palette. We're going to start with Fortune Teller and go clockwise. Fortunately, there are 6 shadows, and I have 4 fingers to swatch, so we'll have 4 and then 3, and I'm going to go on this arm. Here are the swatches. Okay, let's see what we have here. Let's go from wrist over. So we have Fortune Teller, the typical. I have something very similar on my eye today from Clionadh Cosmetics on my inner lid. This type of duochrome is just, it's all over. I thought that it looked like it was going to be like a Lounge from Urban Decay, but it looks more blue than green. I'll have to really take a look. I know that I looked at this one compared to Lounge, and the colors look like they're opposite, but they may just have the same effect. I will be looking forward to find out if I'm right on that. The next one is, I think it's Silver Burn. I was going to call it Silver Fever, but no, Silver Burn. Silver Fever is a nail polish I have. Silver Burn. Oh, purple. So kind of a deep blue. Deep blue? Kind of a grayish navy blue and purple sparkle. Then third one we have Fool's Gold. And then the last one is Moonrock. And I apparently started off on this one. Pinky accidentally went and tried to do the swatch early. Moonrock. I don't know. Moonrock is like a light brown with pink shimmer. I'm not too keen about it. I like these three. I have too many of these though. So these two are something new to me. And this one is a meh. I don't really care. Although Moonrock was swatched with the pinky and maybe I'm not giving it a good enough try. So I'll just swatch that one again. It's a half-size pan and it was swatched with the pinky. It just feels like feels so unfair. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Oh, well, it does come out a lot better. Okay, maybe it's redeeming itself here. This is what's left. So there's more that's left on the fingers in this set of swatches compared to the last set of swatches. And now for the final three. We have Tectonic, Hex Remedy, and this one is Luna. Tectonic, Hex Remedy, oh gosh, and Luna. I don't know if you can see that. Do you see how Hex Remedy was fine on the first swatch and then it crumbled? It's just coming off. It's the weirdest thing, and it's coming off in black granules. It's really weird. So I'm going to just redo this one. Let's see this is what's on my finger. It's just weird. Maybe that's one that needs to be patted on as opposed to swiped on, but let's just try that Hex Remedy one more time. It comes up in chunks. It's really weird. It feels like a bad matte. Yeah, it still has those kind of black speck, like it looks like it's for lack of a better word, it looks like it's pilling. It's really weird. Okay, it seems to be behaving a little bit better. I want to go back. I'm just going to wipe my finger again. I'm going to go back into Hex Remedy and see what happens when I pat it on my skin as opposed to rub it on my skin. Let's just try it out. I'll go on the opposite of Luna and try it again. And Luna is, it does look kind of like a transformer shade. It's definitely a highlighting shade. And it has an iridescence to it, maybe a little bit. Looks like maybe a little bit on the pink and blue. Interesting. Do you see? I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Do you see all the black specks here? They don't show up right away. The black specks are created by going back on the swatch a second time. It's the weirdest thing. I've never seen that before. Okay. Going back, I'm going to go back in with the same finger, middle finger, and I'm going to tap Hex Remedy. Let's see what happens. Kind of tapping in the pan, still a chunk came out, and let's just pat it on and see what happens. What a weird shadow. Okay, here's what it looks like patted. It looks like it might be behaving better, but it's kind of splotchy. It's just a weird shadow. Okay, let's take a look at all of the colors. Oh, let's do this. All the colors in the Urban Decay Elements palette. I'm looking forward to playing with these. I think they're interesting, a very different set of shadows. I don't feel that they are predictable shadows, which that excites me. I think that that was part of what got me so excited with Cleona. I just felt like they were very different colors and experiences putting them on in a really, really good way. I don't know what to expect from this palette from Urban Decay. I have to say though that I'm already inspired. I already feel like I know some of the color combos that I want to do, and I am excited by the very different types of finishes. And I'm actually, like I said, not concerned about the number of mattes, lack of mattes. I just wonder how Dreamweaver is going to do. I don't know. And then Hex Remedy is kind of weird for me. I never do another swatch saying, I need to change the application. It's just, that's just kind of weird. That said, this is the palette I'm going to be playing with for a while, and that's just fine by me. We'll see what happens. And when it comes to the Urban Decay Elements palette, I don't intend to make it a brand new focus. I'll say focus on a new palette, sure, but I won't make it a brand new focus because I've had enough of a focus on Urban Decay a few times now. I think I may have done 3 brand new focus videos on Urban Decay. I know I did the Naked in November for November 2018, and then I had a full-blown Urban Decay brand new focus as well last year, or yeah, early in 2018, because I had a lot of Urban Decay products. And oh yeah, and I did the Urban Decay 20-year singles and pencils. I did a focus on that too. So yes, I've done 3 brand new focuses on Urban Decay, and I don't think this warrants a brand new focus, and I don't want to bring out a whole bunch of other palettes from Urban Decay. I just want to play with this one. So we're just going to say it's a focus on a single palette and go from there. I think that's how we're going to handle it this time. Otherwise, Urban Decay is getting a disproportionate amount of airtime, and I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense because I have a lot of wonderful brands to talk to you about, and I'd rather focus a significant brand new focus on one of the new brands that I have not yet featured on this channel. So that's it. That is my set of swatches for the Urban Decay Elements. I look forward to reporting back and to show you a bunch of different looks as I have done for most recently Cleona, and let me know what you think of what I come up with, and I do look forward to giving you my final thoughts once I have used every single shadow in the Elements palette at least once. I appreciate your time today. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.